Hello everyone, how are you today? It is Monday, Motivational Monday. I neglected to post today, but I thought I would come on here and talk about intermittent fasting because a lot of people think that the number one reason to do intermittent fasting is for weight loss. Now, that is a huge plus in doing intermittent fasting. When I do start working with nutrition clients, that is typically a question that I ask them whether or not they will be open to trying it, because I think it's something good to do for everyone. But a lot of people ask me if it's something that they should do even if they're not trying to lose weight. And my advice to you is absolutely. This is an eating technique. It is not a diet. So anyone that follows me knows that I am more for anything that's maintainable. I am not someone that is going to preach keto or paleo or Atkins or vegan even if it's not something that you will be able to maintain. So with intermittent fasting, it is not taking away anything. You're not depriving your body of anything specific, although I do stress the importance of low glycemic nutrition. This is an eating pattern and eating technique. I don't want to get into all the specifics of how to, but the goal here is to minimize the opportunities to spike insulin. When you are in the presence of insulin, you cannot burn fat. Therefore, if we minimize the amount of times we eat throughout the day and we shorten our eating window down to, let's say, 8 hours a day, we only allow our body 2 to 3 times a day to spike insulin. Therefore, we are able to burn fat all other times of day. Now, that is for weight loss, yes. But it's also good to put our hormones back in balance because leptin and ghrelin are our hunger hormones. So ghrelin tells us when we're hungry. Okay, so I always get those two mixed up. But leptin is when we're full, ghrelin is when we're hungry. And typically everyone's hormones are a little out of whack because if you feel that when you wake up in the morning and you have to eat, my body needs food, typically your hormones are not in balance, and that's just inevitable through life. As we eat improper foods, it's life. We're gonna have ice cream, cookies, cake here and there. And when we do that, when we eat all throughout the day, when we eat 6 meals a day, our hormones start getting a little bit out of whack. So typically we are just thirsty, or we are mineral deficient, or our hormones are just not triggered correctly. So by doing intermittent fasting, you get your hormones back in balance, insulin levels are where they should be, and our blood sugar's not all out of whack. Leptin and ghrelin are in check, but human growth hormone is increased significantly doing intermittent fasting. So you can get human growth hormone benefits from doing keto, but also from doing intermittent fasting. And with keto, unfortunately, you are deprived of carbohydrates. You are only allowed to have 5% of your daily caloric intake from carbohydrates. And when you're doing intermittent fasting, you can have carbohydrates. Again, low glycemic carbohydrates are what I suggest for my clients. But you're not neglecting your body of anything. So you get that HGH, human growth hormone benefits from both, and doing intermittent fasting, you can still have the foods that you want. So cognitive benefits, your mental focus, your sharpness, all that is so much greater when you're doing intermittent fasting just because of the HGH benefits. And, if you're like, what in the world? What is she talking about, HGH? Human growth hormone is something that we all have in us. When you are born, when you're a baby, we have a lot of it. That's why babies are so flawless. That's why they can fall off the side of, a table. Not that Presley ever has, but they can fall down and you're thinking, oh my goodness, they've broken a bone. And they just brush it off and then they just roll on with it. And you're thinking, if that would have happened to me, I would be in the hospital right now. Well, it's because HGH is so much lower as we grow older, and it is so much higher in babies. So this is a natural way of increasing our naturally occurring HGH in our body. And no, we are not injecting anything like that. So huge benefits there. And it's also good for depression. So if any of you have followed me throughout the years, you know that I struggle with depression. I was on medication for, I think, 13 years. I was on it in high school, the end of high school, all throughout into my 20s. And I think in my early 30s, I was actually able to get off of it because I'm learning natural ways to prevent that and to get our hormones and everything, get your body functioning at its optimal capacity, minimizing oxidative stress. For those of you that don't know what oxidative stress is, it's basically wear and tear on our body, free radical damage. Again, it's inevitable with life. It just happens, but any way that we can reverse that damage and do it naturally is the key. So intermittent fasting is also huge for detoxification. Our body heals itself. This is the number one reason why I think everyone should at least give it a try, because intermittent fasting is a way of naturally healing our body through that time that we are not consuming food. So our body needs a minimum of 16 hours fasting to where we are able to heal ourselves. If you have arthritis, if you have depression, if you have hormone issues, if you have pretty much anything, a lot of people with autoimmune disorders should try this. It is such a good way of cleansing our body and basically doing it without any supplementation. So I am huge on letting foods heal our body, letting our body heal our body. And this is another way that we can do this without spending an arm and a leg. And obviously, you're going to end up spending less on groceries because you're not eating 6 meals a day. So it's a win across the board. But I wanted to come on here and share those other benefits with you because it's not just for weight loss. I work with a lot of people that are just trying to stay in tip-top shape. They want to look lean. They want to have the energy throughout the day. They don't want to feel lethargic. They want to be able to focus in their meetings at work and get the job done and not always have to drag a satchel of food with them to work every single day. So this is so great on so many levels. It gets me super excited to talk about because before I tried it, I just thought, this is another one of those, fads. This is just, something that's going to pass. And I had my online group do it. And I thought, well, I'm never going to have my clients do something that I wouldn't do myself. So I'll go ahead and give it a try. I'm probably not going to like it. I'm probably not going to maintain it. And here we are 2 years later. And I don't do it every single day. But, that's every person is different with how you need to stagger your fasting cycles, if you will. But yeah, I typically do 5 days a week and the other 2 I don't. So that's just how I'm doing it. My clients are all on all different, cycling. Some people do it 7 days because they're getting into it, and others are only doing it maybe 2 days a week. So it's all based on goals and all that. But initially, the detoxification benefits, HGH, hormone balancing, all of that is just outstanding. So if you guys want more information on that, please reach out to me. And and for those of you that don't know who the heck I am a nutritionist and exercise physiologist, but I specialize in helping mothers find their healthy balance, but also find that inner confidence